Right, as you're probably aware, there is a new virus and it's called the coronavirus or the beer virus. It's come primarily from China and it's spread all around the world, basically killing about 400 people now, which was yesterday, so it might have gone up, and it's infected thousands of people. I think it was like 16,000 people or something like that. So my Snapchat is on fire. The last maybe 3 weeks, I'm getting people messaging me going, is it okay to come? Am I safe? I've booked a flight, I've spent so much money. I'm sort of definitely coming. Should I cancel my flight? No, I'd still come, but I'd wear a mask everywhere. So this video is basically a couple of pointers to if you come to Vietnam or anywhere in Asia. So wear a mask daily. I mean, I'm here for about a year and I'm wearing a mask anyway, just because I don't want to find out that it's really bad pollution. Like, I understand it's bad pollution, but there's some areas that you don't need a mask. I don't want to get a year down the line and go, oh, you definitely should have. So I just wear one daily anyway, you know. Don't go on the bus. Don't take a train. If you're landing in Hanoi, Saigon, Da Nang, then before you come, download a Grab app or a GoVin. I think it's GoVin, maybe, or Vingo. Really good app, and get a bike to pick you up, because then it's only one person instead of taking a train or a bus. More exposure. If you're going on trips, try and do them in the morning, less people around. The problem is you're probably going to be staying in the old quarter, which is like the tourist area. Lots of people, lots of tourists. So, I mean, if you're still planning your trip here, I would plan it so you're more like in the center of Hanoi, not the old quarter, because that's where all your travel is going to be. That's where all the people that get on and off of planes are going to be. Yeah, not the general local people. They normally stay here. Yeah? That's where you're most safe. Yeah. But if you're dead set on coming to Hanoi, then maybe you could postpone the trip for a couple of months, because it is mostly raining at the moment. So light rain. I mean, if you're from the UK or maybe Europe or somewhere where it regularly rains, come in here. Like, I'm still wearing like light stuff like this. I normally wear shorts and t-shirt. It's still warm, and in the mornings it's a little bit cold. And the rain is not really rain, but you'll still get wet if you go on a long journey. So postponing a trip to at least Hanoi or the near China is definitely an option. I mean, at the moment we have the beer virus, so it's not an issue if you cancel. If you've booked a flight though, I mean, if you can't change the dates, because what could happen in a couple of months is this could all be sorted, this could all be over, you know. And if not, then maybe you have to wait a bit longer. But coming to Hanoi, if you feel like you're risking it coming to Hanoi, remember it's the winter here as well, okay? So there will be days where it'll absolutely hammer it down, yeah? It's only happened a couple of times, but it might rain all day, but it might be nice all day, but it is going to be cold. One of the reasons I'm making this video is because I can't really go outside much. What I mean by that is I can go outside, but most of my videos are normally in tourist and populated areas. Now, before the outbreak, I had a lot of my videoing done for my first video in Hanoi. I had like this this thing I was putting together, this montage of different areas of Hanoi as a welcome to Hanoi, and I can't really finish it. I don't want to risk going to these areas and getting, because I live with Vietnamese people, so I am basically staying in or going to places where there are only Vietnamese people, so like local bars, right? I don't go to tourist areas now, because if somebody comes from China, because what they did is I think there was 17 flights coming from China, and what they've done is they cancelled it down to 10, which in my head is not really quarantining it really. I mean, if you look on maps and it's mostly coming from China, then just close all the airports from China, man. Go through a screening system and then you can go out. Like, I mean, do they really want to quarantine it? It doesn't seem like it. I mean, cutting the amount of planes down. I know people have got to make money, but still, come on.
Oh, hello.
Yay!
So if you're still gonna come, here's a few prices that might help you out when you're here. So 100,000 dong in the old quarter will get you one large craft beer, okay? Depending what type it is, you can get double IPA out here, which is like 180,000 dong. Really expensive. If you go to less touristy places, I like the French Quarter. That's really good. There's one bar I go to where it's 25,000 for a beer. 100,000 dong for British pound is £3.30. So a big craft beer will cost you £3.30. Sounds expensive, which it is. Well, my 25,000 is like 75p. So, you know, you can get, and that's, the thing is, it's maybe 400 mil. So, I mean, you can have drinks like that. And then they do happy hours all day until 10 o'clock. So you can go there and you can day drink for 25,000, then it goes up to 40,000. And that's a craft beer as well. You can get Hanoi Largu for 30,000 normally, and that's like a 300 or 400 mil. But it's just terrible lager, basically. Oh, advice, green Saigon bottles, they're normally the cheapest ones you get in Saigon. I could get it for 8,000. So you could get steaming for 100,000 easy, you know? So that's £3.50 steaming. But I had a headache right here and it was so painful. Woke me up in the morning, it was so painful. So after a couple of days, that yang, I stopped drinking it and never drank it again. I started drinking like 60,000. Anyway, food can be 20 to 25,000, or it can be probably 500,000 if you want. If you go to a proper restaurant, it will cost you that much. A KFC combo nice meal will cost you 100,001, which is £3.50. It's everything's really cheap, but some things you can just go nuts on. You can absolutely go crazy on. What else? So 3 million dong is £100. Yeah. So if you come for a week, I would bring like £200. £200 a week for a tourist. £200 a week is fucking so much, but because you're doing tours, you're trying new things, that maybe £200 a week is a lot. I probably spend like maybe 300,000 a week on food, just because I have small meals, you know, I don't need a lot. But you can spend 100,000 on food, or you can spend 500,000 on food. So if you go out drinking, you might spend 200,000 on beer, 100,000 on the way home, or you might spend, if you stay out all night, you might spend like 500,000-600,000. Another thing, time stops in Hanoi. So you could be in a bar in an evening and you'll look at your watch and it'll be like 5-6 in the morning, because most places in the old quarter or the French quarter, they stay open depending how many people are in the places. Then you'll go to a house party, then somebody will mention to the pub. So it's a bit like being in Britain, but you will totally lose time. You'll totally lose all time, and because everything's very cheap for us, you just keep on going, you know. Just really hard to stop. But if you come, please wear a mask and stay safe, stay away from public, stay away from big crowds, don't take the train, don't take the bus. Download a Grab app, it will help you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. I know 80% of my views are non-subscribed. When you download YouTube, you get this little app and it tells you 80% of you don't subscribe to me. So I think very soon I'm gonna stop putting it on my social media. I don't know how well that's gonna go, but please like and subscribe and follow me on Snapchat, because that's the other half of my social media that I put more funny stuff on, because I like to keep this a bit clean, which is W6RMJ, or if that doesn't work, any hands. Like in poker, any hands. Goodbye.